Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sonoma Raceway here on NASCAR Heat 5. It is round 18 of the 2022 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series, 5th annual season for this series. And folks, we are ready. We are set. 20 drivers set for a 28-lap race here at Sonoma Raceway. Your pole sitter is Aaron Garcia in the 24. He just finished winning Stage 1. Jesse Carlson in second. Josh Colombiez in third. And now we are set. We're lined up 2 by 2. For the beginning of the second stage at Sonoma, the green flag has been shown. It's a short event. Not a lot of laps for these drivers to get to the front. And we're rolling again. Somebody stalled out the field a little bit there, deeper, back about outside the top 10. And they're 2 by 2 going up the hill through the first couple of corners. Aaron Garcia is going to take the lead, and Jesse Carlson's going to single out to second. In fact, I believe the top 5 are all single file now. Ooh, some contact was made there, and now 3 wide with the 46, the 14, and the 48. They settle back out to 2 by 2. Drivers from 4 different countries are in this race, and right now we're looking at driver out of France, the Daytona 500 winner, Beam SKP. There was contact there between the 20 and a few others. Alex Tesdall in the 17 has a bunch of front-end damage. He got a piece of that. The carousel has been a nightmare for some of these drivers. Pablo Hugo takes the position away from Beam SKP. The drivers from Spain and France having a good battle inside the top 10. And all of this wild action has allowed Aaron Garcia to drive off with the race lead. Track position is always critical at a very challenging and technical road course like Sonoma Raceway. If you don't restart up there within the first 3 or 4 rows, you're constantly battling with other cars for those positions, trying to work your way to the front. And usually it ends up being side-by-side battles for the most part, and that really slows you down. It lets the leader drive away single file by himself, and it's hard to gain that ground back, especially when the leader is a driver with Aaron Garcia's caliber. Good battles all over the racetrack here. The 2-time NOSSCAR World Champion Trenton Prince in the 20 car trying to make a move on Pablo Hugo, the driver to Spain. Aiden Cody in the 95, Trey Hollywood in the 48 there, right behind them. This is a battle inside the top 10. And as you can see, Beam SKP in the 14, the driver out of France, he's already been able to pass Pablo and drive away. Aiden Cody's going to complete the pass. And Pablo Hugo is actually going to now make some contact there with the 95 going into the carousel, and that's a dangerous place. And Dustin Hardy in the 96. He missed the carousel and found the wall, as did Trey Hollywood in the 48. Some damage to the right side of his car as he overdrove the exit of that carousel. Oh, and now the 95 of Aiden Cody, he almost spun there just in front of his teammate, Trenton Prince in the 20. Pablo Hugo misses the S a little bit back there, and now he's going to be challenged again by the 95 for position. There's battles all over this racetrack. Again, folks, while all this is going on, Aaron Garcia has the lead and he's driving away. Jesse Carlson in second. He's got no danger losing that position anytime soon either. He's driving away. And third place now belongs to the 2-time NASCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, Matt Smith in the 47. The 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion, Josh Colombiez, runs in 4th in that number 9 car. We're riding with him. And Landon Jenkins in the 88, rounding out the top 5. And now the defending Cup champ makes a mistake just in front of Josh in the 9 car. And now the 47 of Matt Smith is going to lose 2 positions and drop back to P5, just in front of another car there. Let's see if we can find out who that is. There's still cars going off track every now and then here. And the driver up there running in P6 right there with these drivers battling for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. That is Dawson Brush on the number 8 Chevy Camaro. Had a strong run going earlier tonight at Iowa. An engine failure prevented him from getting the finish he deserved, and now he's got a run trying to get alongside Matt Smith, doing it in a very tricky area, not known to be a passing zone. There's Jordan Green coming off a strong top 10 finish earlier tonight at Iowa Speedway. And a bounce back after what was a bit of a rough first night of the week for him in the NASCAR Legends Series on Mondays. Whoa, just in front of him, Dustin Hardy in the 96 goes off course a little bit. Sean Lucas in the 21 is going to come up and challenge for that position. Emily Seri in the 11 is the next one in line to challenge for that spot as well. Closest battle up towards your leaders is this one right here, and Matt Smith is the one running in 6th. These three have kind of driven away just a little bit, but they're still duking it out side by side every now and then, and that is allowing Matt to be right there on the doorstep if something were to happen to either one of these two drivers. Josh Colombiez in the 9 is driven away. He's in 3rd. And Dawson Brush running in 4th in the 8 machine. Now he's moved up a couple of positions ever since joining this pack of cars. Remember, just a couple of laps ago, he was scored in P6. To give you an update as well, Beam SKP, the Daytona 500 winner and driver out of France, he scored in 7th with the 2-time world champion from Gran Turismo Sport, Trenton Krentz. Right behind him, he's running in 8th. And they're still all chasing Aaron Garcia. The gap between the leader and the runner-up driver, Jesse Carlson, looks like this as they go up the hill and through the first couple of turns of this very tricky and narrow road course. A lot of elevation changes, very technical, and no room for error either. And it's the final lap of stage number 2. It's a short one for these drivers. It's the shortest race in terms of distance on the schedule here for the 2022 Platinum Cup Series. It's round 18 of the season. After this one, we've only got another 10 races before we launch the playoffs. 16 drivers make the playoffs. And these stage wins, they award a very valuable playoff point. Those playoff points, they really do go a long way to advancing your way through the rounds once the postseason begins. We have 2 in-race reporters here this evening. I guess we haven't really touched on that too much. One of them being Trey Hollywood, the driver of the number 48 Chevy Camaro. He won earlier this year at Talladega. And the other being Alex Tesdall, the driver of the number 17. He is a Triple Crown winner here with NOSSCAR on the NASCAR Heat Games. Thank you to both of you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
A little late to do the introductions, and I do apologize for that. There was so much action going on everywhere you looked throughout this 20-car field. Looking at the 48 car, doesn't look like there's too many marks on that machine. How's the car feel early in the going? What position are you in? I think you're in 10th, right?
Yes, I'm running in 10th. I got a little bit off the track when we was battling 4 wide through the carousel. I'm running 10th.
A lot of laps to go. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Alex Tesdall, Triple Crown winner. Alex running in 11th, and that's where it looks like you're going to finish here at the end of stage 2. How's the car feel so far, buddy?
The car's a little loose through the carousel on the S's, but everywhere else it's alright.
Good stuff, good stuff. Don't forget pictures of the top 10 in the stage, Hollywood. And we would like to extend our biggest congratulations to Aaron Garcia. He has swept the 2 stages here at Sonoma Raceway. Jesse Carlson second in both stages. Clearly the class of the field so far seems to be the 24, the 6, the 9. But still anybody's race at this point. You guys know as well as I do how wild and challenging this road course is. One slip by any one of these front runners and that could be their entire race. Here we go, 2 by 2, to the restart zone they come. And the last restart of the race, I'm sure, the green flag is back in the air. We're rolling for the final stage at Sonoma. Oh, And Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 car sends it in hard, and contact was made between he and the 24. The 24 went off course a little bit, and now Jesse Carlson in the 6 car has broken out with the race lead. It's exactly what he wanted to see, a wild restart like that, and it's still going wild here. The 24 goes for a spin through the grass, and he's dropped outside of the top 10 after winning both stages. Oh, and they're still colliding in the carousel here, battling for position. Alex Tesdall slid through the grass. Amazing save by him. Dustin Hardy and Timmy Brown are wrecking over in the carousel together. Everyone else was able to drive out of there. No damage for the rest of the front runners. Man, there's too much action to call here. It's going to be interesting to see if Aaron Garcia in the 24 has enough time to drive back up to the front. He's led every lap since the drop of the green flag. He won both stages, he won the pole, but he's got so many cars in between himself and the leader, it really doesn't look promising. And now Jesse Carlson has the lead. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 car. On his bumper, only 2 car lengths between them, and Josh is looking to win his first Platinum Cup Series race in 2 years. Dawson Brush in the 8 car in 3rd, but now he just went for a slide and went off course a little bit. He's trying to gather it back up. Landon Jenkins in the 88 car is going to take over 3rd. Matt Smith in the 47, the Platinum Cup champion 2 years in a row, takes over the 4th place position. Trey Hollywood let his teammate go. Aaron Garcia in the 24, and now Trenton Krentz gets out of shape in the carousel. Another position there for Aaron in the 24 as he tries to drive his way back to the front. Aaron in the 24 is now all the way back up into the 6th place position. After dropping back to 11th. Yeah, no doubt. He's a man on a mission right now, a man possessed, and I really don't blame him, especially with the performance he had in stage 1 and 2. You know, if he maybe was running top 5, top 7 all race long up until that point, maybe he wouldn't be driving so wild and hard, you know what I mean? But he knows he's got a hot rod. He knows he's got the car to beat. He knows he's the man to beat here today at Sonoma. And he's doing everything he can to get back up there. Jesse Carlson, your leader in the 6, was given a gift there on the restart. He finished 2nd in stage 1 and 2. Clearly the driver that is the next best on the racetrack, it seemed anyways, in stage 1 and 2. And he's capitalizing on a golden opportunity here. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9. I said it earlier before the broadcast began. If he's going to win a race this season, I think it's going to be at a road course because he is low-key very talented on the road courses, driver of that 9. It's kind of it's kind of underground a little bit even. It's kind of a secret. Like, nobody really looks at him as a potential favorite to win one of the road course races, but then he's up there in the top 5 every single race, and now here he is in 2nd doing everything he can to try to run down Jesse Carlson in the 6th. Well, let's throw it over to Trey Hollywood. What lap are you on out of the 28?
19 out of the 30.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you. So you're coming around to 11 laps to go at the line. And that doesn't sound like much, but at a road course of this size, and especially with a wild carousel there, that's quite a long time.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Wait a minute, what happened here? Oh, no. And there was some sort of problem for Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9. He's no longer up there running in 2nd, and in fact, he's now dropped back to the 5th place position, if I'm not mistaken. Matt Smith is in 2nd. Aaron Garcia in the 24 car miraculously has worked his way all the way back up to the 3rd place position. And now, granted, a couple of his teammates let him go instead of making life tougher, but Man, he's driven around most of them himself, and now there you see Matt Smith in the 47. You could tell he lifted and let the 24 go. A class act move by the defending a two-time Platinum Cup champion in that 47 machine. Not something he needs to do, something he wants to do out of respect. He knows how quick the 24 is. We saw him lead all those laps and win the pole and the 2 stages. He knows he should be up there battling for this win. Now the question becomes, does he have enough time to run down Jesse Carlson in the 6?
Coming to the line, 10 to go.
Remember hearing from Trey Hollywood, Talladega winner this year. 10 laps to go. Getting exciting now, and yeah, as I alluded to a moment ago, it sounds like no time at all, but that's an eternity at Sonoma. It's really possible at this point for Aaron to charge Jesse Carlson down, shrink the gap enough anyways to where Jesse maybe gets a little worried, makes a few more mistakes here and there, and boom, the 24 is right on the back bumper of the 6. It's not over yet is what I'm getting at. And now a moment ago, Landon Jenkins in the 88 car had a moment. He did save it, but he lost a couple of positions. Actually, now that I'm checking it, no positions lost, just some ground lost. He's still running in 4th. And Dawson Brush in the 8 car that was just behind him there, he got a little bit out of shape and had to make a huge save over there. Josh Colby is going to take that position away. And put the 9 back to P5. Dawson Brush in 6th in the 8 car. Here's Trenton French, the 2-time world champion in the 20, running in 7th. Team SKP, the Daytona 500 winner in the 14. He's running in 8th. 2 career NASCAR Tailgate Truck Series wins for him. One of them came at the Indy Roval. He knows all about victory lane on-road courses. He's raced in many different sim racing leagues that primarily run on road courses in games like Gran Turismo. He loves these. Let's throw it over to Alex Tesdall, driver of the 17 Ford Mustang. Alex, you've been quiet this race. Where are you running? How's the car feel?
Currently running P11. The car feels alright. This road course racing ain't my strong suit, so just, yeah, keeping it clean and hoping some people make mistakes in front of me.
Well, 11th in a 20-car field and still running ahead of some of the road course ringers. Doing a good job. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Dean Cody in the 95 car scored in 12th. Strong run for him earlier, and a couple mistakes later, he finds himself outside of the top 10. Definitely one of the strong prospects coming up through the ranks here in NOSSCAR is Aiden in that 95, as well as Landon Jenkins in the 88. Jesse Carlson in the 6 car, of course, is arguably in the prime of his sim racing career. Aaron Garcia in the 24 in the prime of his sim racing career as well. And some ground has been gained by the 24 car on the 6 car when it comes to the race lead and who's going to win this thing. The problem for Aaron is not enough ground has been made. I don't think that he's gaining enough ground quick enough to get up there and challenge for the lead, though I've been wrong before. And now that I'm looking at it from this angle, I don't know. It's going to be close. I don't know. It's going to come down to tire wear and a few other factors, I'm sure. Sorry, Trey, what were you saying?
I was going to say the bubble on the map looks like he has gained, like he's getting closer.
Oh, no, he definitely is. Just, I'm not sure if he's going to get there in time. It's going to be close. Emily Sari in the 11 car was stopped over against the wall in the final turn, turn 11, I believe they call it. And I don't know if that was a glitch and she was actually on pit road or what the case may be there. Because the next time I saw a car go through, she wasn't there. Hopefully all is okay there. I found her, and yeah, you know what, I'm thinking it was a glitch, because she's rolling, and she's ahead of some of the cars that I believe were going by when she was stopped against the wall. She's got some front-end damage she's going to need to repair if she decides to come to pit road, but I don't believe anyone needs to come to pit road for service. Don't think they need to take on tires or fuel at all in this final stage. Trey, what do you think about that? Pit stops or no pit stops?
Nah, no pit stops.
No pit stops. Oh! And the hardest hit we've probably seen all race long. Pablo Hugo coming off a strong run earlier tonight at Iowa. Top 12 finish there. Just pounded the wall over on the back straightaway. The S is over on the back end of the track after the carousel. Heavy contact was made. I'm shocked the car is still rolling. And if he's on a wheel and of course feedback is good, I'm sure that jarred his hands and shoulders. That was a heavy hit, and I believe that Dustin Hardy in the 96 car was involved. Well, we talked about it, guys, before the show began. This is arguably the most difficult road course on the NASCAR Heat 5 game, and mostly having to do with the elevation changes and the carousel being brought back. It's a toss-up really between this and the Indy Roval, says most NOSSCAR drivers. And there is the two-time and defending NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series champion, Matt Smith, coming off a strong win earlier tonight at Iowa, 7th win of the season, and now here he is running up there in the 3rd place position at Sonoma. Doesn't necessarily look to be a factor to go up there and win this thing, but definitely a strong run and a strong finish coming his way as long as he can keep it pointed in the right direction and keep logging lap times the way that he is. A safe distance back to the next driver who would challenge him for position, and that's Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9. Ooh, and a good battle here between the two in-race reporters, Alex Tesdall and Trey Hollywood. There might have been minor contact made between the two right when they were exiting the carousel. More contact made there because of the lap machine just in front of them with Emily Sari. She's going to give way and let these two settle it out here. And that's a battle for a top 10 finish here between these two drivers. And problems for Josh Colm-Diaz, that's over in the final turn. He did not lose position because of this, but he's in danger of it. There's Trenton Krentz in the 20. The world champ from Gran Turismo Sport in that yellow and black Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports. He's battling there with Josh for the 4th place position with only, I believe, 5 laps remaining. And what lap are you on?
25.
All right, so there's 6 laps remaining for your race leaders. The time is running out, and I don't know. Oh, wow. This is going to be close. I think he might get there. Oh, he's got to get past the lap car of Sean Lucas first, and he does. 21 car gives way, and that is what the gap looks like between the leader in the 6, Jesse Carlson, and the 24 of Aaron Garcia. And it's funny, folks, they're both points leaders. Aaron Garcia in the 24, the points leader right now here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Jesse Carlson in the 6, the points leader for the NOSSCAR Legend Series on Mondays. Both are in the Cup cars. The only difference is no playoffs or stages for the Legend Series on Mondays. And Trey, you were right, 5 laps to go here. And now that I'm looking at the gap between them, I think you're right. I think your prediction is 100% spot on. I think he's going to get there. And now a big mistake from Jesse Carlson. The gap is 2 car lengths. Man, you need to be a crew chief, Trey. He's there and he's battling with them pretty good.
I told you he would. Yeah, I just saw the bubble on the map just getting closer and closer, so I was like, yeah, he's definitely going to catch him.
Yeah, with that data, that definitely helped you. I couldn't see that, and the gap looked so impossible at the time. I didn't know if he was gonna gain enough each lap to be there before the end, but my goodness was I wrong. And that's happened before. Because not only is he there, but he is making it difficult, making Jesse have to work. Jesse is no longer on a Sunday drive or a Friday night drive. He is now having to work very hard to keep the 24 behind him. And a big wiggle there from the 24 of Aaron Garcia. A huge save, but it definitely he gave up some time that he just gained up. 6 car lengths between them as they were going into the final turn here at Sonoma. A much lower entry and exit for the 24. Man, this is getting exciting. It's been an action-packed, exciting race from start to finish anyways, and we saw how wild the battles were for the stage wins. We knew that the battle for the race win was going to be even crazier. It's now down to about 3 car lengths as they go up the hill and through the S's. Now they're coming back down the hill. And a wiggle there again from the 24.
It's possible he used his stuff up, chasing the 6.
He might have, because he's starting to struggle now that he's there. I don't know. He's starting to look a little bit more loose, especially exiting the turns. And I also think Jesse might have turned up the wick a little bit. I think that now he knows the 24's there, and he's driving closer on the edge now than he was before. Pardon me. But a great point, Alex. Are the tires gone on the pole sitter on the stage 1 and stage 2 winner, Aaron Garcia, in the 24 car? Oh, and now Jesse Carlson in the 6 car went through the grass to pass Timmy Brown in the 19 car, one of the lapped cars there. And all is good. It just took me by surprise. They both worked their way by Timmy Brown. They both worked their way by Rush Downing under this lap as well. 3 laps to go. And now this section of the racetrack is where Aaron Garcia really gains on him, I think. Going up the hill through these S's, it just seems like he's able to put the power down coming out of each turn a little sooner. Oh, and the 6 wiggled a little bit coming up to the right-hand turn, turn 5. Excuse me, turn 6 rather. Now into the carousel. Toughest part of the racetrack, arguably. A great battle here between these two. And while this is happening, Matt Smith in the 47, the 2-time champ, he runs in 3rd. Josh Colm-Diaz, if I'm not mistaken, he's running in the 5th position now as he has given that spot up to the 2-time world champ from Gran Turismo, Trenton Krentz, in the yellow and black, number 20 Toyota for Juicy J Motorsports. There were many other drivers that were contenders for this win here today. Landon Jenkins in the 88. 95 of Aiden Cody, Trey Hollywood in the 48, and and Dawson Brush in the 8 car as well, and many of them having some sort of mistake or error at some point in this race, some of them multiple, and it's cost them a shot at the win here today. And all they can do is just ride around and try to salvage the best finish and the most points that they possibly can. 2 laps to go. Can Jesse Carlson hold on? He finished 2nd in both stages, and the stage wins both went to the 24 of Aaron Garcia, who's just behind him. And it seemed like all race long, the class of the field was the 24, and the only one that was going to challenge him was the 6. On the restart for the final stage, the 9 of Josh Colm-Diaz got into the side of Aaron Garcia, forced him off track. Aaron dropped back to 5th, and then an error on his own in the very next corner, lost himself all kinds of track position, fell outside of the top 10, and now here he is, folks. The 24 has surged all the way back up to 2nd, within striking distance of the win. All he's got to do is just push that little bit more. 2-3 car lengths separating the two. It's going to be a war all the way down to the checkered flag. Into the final turn for the 2nd to last time, and it's a key passing zone too. That might even be where the move gets made if Aaron can be close enough. The white flag is out. One more lap here at Sonoma. Round 18 coming to a close here in the 5th annual Platinum Cup Series season on Heat 5. Jesse Carlson, the points leader for the Legend Series on Mondays, looking to hold on to the win and keep the points leader for the Platinum Cup Series on Fridays, this series in the 24 behind him. Trey, you have an update?
I think Cummins had a check me here, but I was just wondering how much closer is he to him?
2 car lengths away as they go through the carousel, and now it's opening up to about 3 or 4. They both have strong suits when it comes to different sections of the racetrack. And now we're coming up to the stretch where I think the 24 has the advantage, and he's going to need to run the strongest and smoothest downhill S corners that he's run all race long. He's going to need to try to set himself up for the final turn. That's where the best passing zone is on the entire track when you ask most of these drivers. And here they come to it. There's about 2 car lengths separating the two. He's going to go for it. And he dives in. Jesse Carlson's going to Earnhardt crossover move. There's contact. They're side by side, bouncing off each other down the final straightaway. Aaron Garcia is going to win at Sonoma. I can't believe what we just saw. He sent it hard into the final turn on the inside. Jesse saw it coming, hit the brakes early, let him fly by, did an Earnhardt crossover move back on the 24, got alongside him, and then it looked like the 24 had the better run of the two, so Jesse gave him very little room. The 24 scraped the wall, came over and bumped the 6 a little bit. The 6 came back over and bumped him back a little bit, and it was a drag race, door to door, to the line for the win. Wow, I can't wait to go and watch that back. I wish we had a replay system so we could run it back for the viewers. Don't forget results photos, Trey. What a race, man. What a finish we just saw.
Right, that was wild. I told you he would catch him.
And you weren't lying. He caught him, and he caught him with 6 to go. It took him 6 laps to figure out a way by him, and it was wild. He had to send it into the final turn, force Jesse to lift a little bit, and have to do a crossover move. Damn, that was crazy, and I'm sure Jesse's not happy about it, but really there was no contact made until they were coming to the line. That was a wild drag race to the finish, and it really reminded me a lot of Tony Stewart's win when he came back and was able to beat Denny Hamlin. Whew, well, as long as you got the results photos, we'll start with Trey Hollywood, the driver of the 48. Wrap up your race for us, buddy. You ran top 10 for the most part. Where did you finish? And how did the car feel from start to finish on a short run to a long run?
I finished 11th. It was tough. It was tough trying to take care of my stuff and get through the bunch, the crowd. You know, I was trying to hold in that top 10, and Shada got to me, and I was like, I'm not gonna race him hard. Ain't no use, and just came away with that 11th place.
Solid run. I know road courses are not exactly your... Well, you are pretty good on the road courses, but this is a tough one, man. Good job salvaging a top 15. Yeah.
Thank you.
Over to Alex Tesdall, driver of the 17. Where did you finish, buddy? Sum up your run. It seemed like the car got quicker as the race went along.
Yeah, the car wasn't too bad at the end and came away with a P9, which, feels like a win for me at these road courses, especially this one. And, the car felt great at the end, kept out of trouble most of the race, and, capitalized on a few people in front of me making mistakes.
Kept it clean, got a top 10. Nothing wrong with that. Way to go, and good luck to you at Darlington.
Thank you.
On to victory lane we go. What a race, and what a wild finish. In victory lane, we find the driver of the 24, Aaron Garcia, the points leader. Buddy, you won the pole, you won both stages, and then the restart in the final stage, you got a bump from Josh Colm-Diaz, your teammate in the 9 car. It sent you off track, and then you made a mistake on your own a couple corners later and fell outside the top 12. How did you drive from about 13th all the way back up there and win this race?
Yeah, it was pretty hard. It was a hard battle. I knew I had the fastest car all race just from stage 1 and 2. NASCAR Heat was the closest one, and I thought I wasn't be able to catch him on the last lap in the final corner, but I was able to get him.
Yeah, now take us through those last 6 laps. You caught him with 6 to go, and then when you caught him, it just seemed like you were slipping and sliding and making mistakes trying to complete the pass or get the pass even started. Do you think Jesse turned up the wick a little bit when you caught him, or were your tires gone when you got to him?
Oh, no, he definitely turned it up a bit because we were close, stage 1 and 2. We never got away from each other, so I knew he turned it up a lot, and it was hard catching him.
And now take us through the last lap. The wild move in the final corner. We saw you dive in. We saw him Earnhardt crossover move you. We saw him leave you very little room when you had the run on the outside coming out of the corner. Then we saw you bouncing off each other. What was going through your mind through all that? And was that planned going into that corner?
Yeah, it was fun. I was like, I'm going to have to dive on him, try to get a good run, get under him. I was hoping wasn't going to hit him, but I didn't, and just got under him, and he got try to do a crossover, but I was able to get the run.
Reminded me a lot of Tony Stewart's win here when he beat Denny Hamlin in that last corner pass. You executed the move as perfect as you could. There was quite a gap that you needed to make up when you got there, about 2 car lengths, and you certainly did that. Congratulations, man. Is there anyone you want to thank or give a shout out to before we wrap things up?
Oh my God. Bubba for letting me go.
Yes.
Instead of racing me hard for the position. So, yeah. Thank you, Bubba.
And I pointed that out during the broadcast. I noticed that Flash also let you by as well. So, yeah, there was a few drivers out there that realized and knew that you were the class of the field and deserved to be up there. Congratulations, man. 3rd win of the season.
Thank you.
Excuse me, 4th win of the season, rather.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And that's going to do it, guys. That wraps things up here from Sonoma Raceway. It was a short one in terms of laps, but, you know, when you calculate the distance and the room for error, it's so easy to make mistakes here at Sonoma and cost yourself a second or a second and a half on your lap times. It's a hard track. So many elevation changes and things like this. There's so many factors that go into deciding who wins the Sonoma race every year. And this year, folks, when it was all said and done, it was the points leader, folks, the 24, Aaron Garcia, parking in a victory lane. 4 wins for him this season. Guys, I drove the 24 last year, got 4 wins all year. This man has 4 in the first 18 races. I think we got a future legend on our hands. Congratulations once again to Aaron. Thank you to everybody who tuned in for the California Sun 150. And we will see you next Friday. Good night, everybody, and stay fast.